All right. I am live, so refresh. Not that you can hear me say refresh, so I'll just type it in the chat there. And what's going on? Your old pal Jim Bennett back with you. Sorry, let me clean up some of these windows. Okay, we'll wait for commercials and stuff to play through, and then we'll get rolling. Yeah, it's going to be ask me anything, so whatever you guys want to ask me. Doesn't have to be reselling related, even just whatever you guys want. Well, I've got a really bad shine on my head. I'm Italian, so I grease. I don't sweat, I grease, which is pretty awful. But it's going to look like I'm looking down because the monitor's here and the camera's about there. So, yeah, whatever you guys want to ask about anything, I don't care. Just ask me whatever. I thought we'd have a little bit of fun. And damn. There we go. No, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, so just whatever you guys want to ask me, I'm here. Doesn't have to be reseller related. Like I said, it can be anything. You just have something funny in your head you want me to talk about it, I will be more than happy to do that. Real quick, while we're waiting for questions to come in and viewers to come in, just what's been going on with me and the past, I don't know, day. Because I did a video, well, I put up a video yesterday about auction pickups and things like that. And my dogs are here. Ashley's in the room, but she's in her like pajamas. So, but yeah, Vanner I8. That's funny. Yeah, it's going to be a good time, I think. If you're new to my live shows or you haven't been in a long time, my chats get pretty crazy. I don't censor anybody. Anybody can come in, say whatever they want. Doesn't matter. And some people like to get their drink on while they're watching me. So, yeah. So it is what it is. And so what's been going on with me the past day and a half? Not much. Didn't go out buying Sunday or today. Kids are on spring break this week. We've got we had a soccer camp. Somebody came and say, "Hey, I'd like to take host a camp, or come onto your field and run a camp for your soccer team," which we are, or I am coaching, assistant coaching at this point, the boys soccer team for my son's high school. So what? And yeah, Ashley was worried I was going to say the school name. But yeah, so Mr. Sadie, what's going on? Harley Woman Dawn, Felicia, thanks for stopping by. Jay Zepp, loving your intro music, rock on. I'm just a fan of rock. I've been in bands. I've been in I've loved rock music all my life. So yeah. Fishing and Picking, Margot ATL Picker, 50 Miser, Swamp Picker. Hey, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a while. Eric Gunter, what is going on? Everybody, couple of pickers, Sherry Honeybee. Hey. Golden Finger Picker Chad's in the crowd. What's going on? Blackberry Thistle Tea. James Hester. Okay, looks like we got a good crowd now. So let's get going. We're going to scroll back up. Fishing and Picking. First question: toilet paper or wet wipes? I actually just took a dump, so I can. I'm going toilet paper. Wet wipes tickle the old cornhole there. So yeah, definitely toilet paper. And now that we've got that out of the way, ATL Picker asks, what got me into reselling? My dad got me into reselling. Um, he was a garbage man. He's retired now. He's still alive, but I speak to him. You know, he's a retired garbage man. So he used to bring home um, stuff, just stuff that he'd find in the garbage. And we go up to the flea market once a month or so and sell it. So I was like, hey, you can find money in the garbage, basically. I mean, you have to work to get it sold. But yeah, so that's what got me started. Once I got old enough to realize that he was making money on this stuff, I started picking our dumpsters in our neighborhood. I grew up in a townhome community, so there was, gosh, probably about 100 courts. They were all courts and one big loop and like one straight. So it looked like a big lollipop with a bunch of like little courts breaking off of them. And there was probably 50 dumpsters throughout the whole neighborhood. So I would just ride my bike, ride around the neighborhood, garbage pick, dumpsters. I would collect cans, all that kind of stuff. And I was about 12 when I started doing that. So that's what got me into reselling. Fishing and picking, van or I-8. I'm going to go van because I like to buy stuff. I don't like to drive around. And if you're going to buy stuff to resell, you're typically buying in bulk, and an I-8's just not going to do it for you. All right. Felicia Witrowski asks, biggest storage disaster? Mold, melting, bugs. If mold and bugs is just about every storage locker that you buy. You're dealing with either mold, bugs, creepy crawlies. All, I mean, just, you know, it's not. If you're afraid of dirt and that kind of stuff, then it's not. You don't want to do it. Biggest storage disaster. I don't know that we've really had anything that we lost money on. I'm looking over at Ashley off screen. Can you think of anything?
I don't know if we ever lost money.
We never lost money. We worked a lot for very little money. One thing that kind of sticks out in my head as far as that goes is I bought a storage locker that a band used as their rehearsal space. So there was things like, I think I pulled a cymbal out of there, some PA speakers, the PA center channel, or control board. I can't scroll down and see those comments yet. So they had a giant, I'd say probably 10 by 8 riser stage, about 2 inches off the ground. It was all plywood, and that had to go. All their soundproofing had to go. Just carpeting, I had to rip all that stuff, and that's stuff that I can't really resell, you know. So I just had to kind of tear all that stuff down, run it to the dump. And actually, there was a guy that was just starting like a auto detailing business, and he was going to do it out of those storage lockers. And he was like, "Hey, I'll take this stuff. You just got to help me get it there." So I, you know, whatever I had left, which was the stage, carpet, and some of the soundproofing stuff, he wanted to use to like not get his chemicals on the walls. So luckily I was able to get a lot of that stuff to him, but a lot of the stuff I had to just kind of break down. And it was just garbage. I mean, I paid $50 for the unit, and I think I might have made 150. So it was a lot of work for not that much money. Margo asked, do I like scary movies? Not really. I'm not really a scary movie guy. I'm more of a comedy. Thrillers are okay. Yeah, that kind of thing. So not so much the scary movies. I'm not much into gore. That's my thing. All right. Swamp Picker asked, do I do just eBay, other platforms such as Etsy and Poshmark? I do eBay and Amazon. Those are my two big ones. And then I've just started to dabble into Mercari. I did do Poshmark, but at the time it was kind of, it was just too much work for the results that I was getting. So, and that was, I was, you know, listing and then doing all the social media stuff that, you know, sharing other people and following and all that kind of stuff. I may give it another go and just list and not do all that other junk and see how that goes. But when you have yourself spread out so much, now you've got to pay attention to where does an item sell. Now I've got to go and pull it down off of here, and you know all. And I just don't know if I want to mess with all that right now. I'm on an anchor store on eBay, and I'm working on getting those listings ramped up because right now I'm not taking full advantage of my 10,000 listings per month. So once I get that up, then maybe we'll look into going back to Poshmark. Etsy is like 5 years ago. I don't mess with Etsy anymore. And then Amazon I do, but Amazon is very different than eBay. So basically Ashley takes care of the Amazon stuff. She does a lot of sourcing for Amazon. And we do FBA. So we ship all of our stuff out to them, and then they ship it when sales come in. And I'll only cross list from Amazon to eBay when an item hits about 3 months, and then I need time to get that unloaded before long-term storage fees hit. So yeah, so those are the two big platforms. Right now I'm about, I'd say 70% eBay, 30% Amazon. So all right.
There's a lot more people you might want to say hi.
Okay, I'll get there.
Yeah.
50 Miser, what happened between you and Dusty? Seems like you were thick as thieves there for a breath. I was told I was a negative person, and we had moved. We'd been here 6 months, 8 months or so, and I just, you know, I voiced my opinions about things that I thought needed to improve about this area. And he took it as complaining. And so he was just like, you know, I can't be friends with somebody that's such a negative person. So it's all good. Yep. So since that happened, we've really ramped up, and you know, I don't feel like they understood what my intention behind the things that I said. And you know, he was like, you know, I can't be friends with somebody that's into different things than me. And it's like, okay, that's fine. You know, up north, that's being open-minded, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. So my wife's giving me she's waving me off of that one.
Robin said hi.
Stephen Ross, what's going on?
Somebody else said hi.
Margot forgot the chat was visible on playback. Yes, it is. And I'm trying to find some more questions. There we go.
I don't know where you are.
I am. James Hester, since you sell lots of games and toys, are you concerned that eBay and Amazon is about to get flooded with Toys R Us stuff? A lot of the things that we sell are not retail arbitrage, so we probably won't get to Toys R Us. That's just not our game. We sell a lot of used, or in board games, or they're called collectible, but
or stuff that's they no longer make. What's the word?
Like discontinued?
Yeah, discontinued. Yeah.
Right. So let's take the Game of Life. You know, there's been lots of versions of Game of Life. There's you know, going back to like 1960, where it's like life and then the lines. And then they had like the first family, and then another family, and then another family, and another family on the board. Those are all different versions. And even some of those, like they use the same family for like 77, 79, 81, 83. And all right, she's looking at the chat. I can't look at the chat because I'm trying to get all the questions in that I can. But anyway, so we, yeah, so we buy those games. games. You know, people are looking for right now 1991, I think, Game of Life is like $40 for some reason. So we buy those at $2. We have a bunch of games back there that we use as our like piece pile.
I like that you say we.
We, her, she. So yeah, that's we're not concerned about Toys R Us flooding.
No, I mean, I probably would like to go and check it out just because I like to be nosy.
Yeah.
But
James Byron, what do you do when your motivation takes a vacation and you just can't get it back? Actually had that problem. My biggest issue recently has been, okay, in December I found all that NASA stuff. I sold it for really good money. And then I just wasn't impressed with what I was buying because I just came off of that high. So I was like, okay, I'm buying stuff and yeah, it's worth something, but it's not worth like NASA something, you know, like there's like, and I'm into NASA stuff. So it was just a great find. It was a pleasure to list, you know, because I was like, wow, this stuff is so cool. And I'm taking pictures. And, but after that, you just kind of get deflated because now all that stuff is gone. You've made your money. Now you've got to, you know, get excited about selling, you know, whatever I've got. This hat. No, I'm not selling that hat because Nikki gave me the hat. But, you know, stuff like this guy right there, that Caterpillar. Like you got to get excited about selling that kind of stuff. And what do you do? I mean, to me, it's just you just take the first thing and put it on your picture taking area. And, you know, after you just get back into the swing of it, you know, you find yourself listing faster and, okay, now I'm starting to make money and, okay, it's not home run, but it's good stuff. And just keep going. Just start with that first thing. Just pick it up. Pick it up, put it on your picture taking spot and do it. I mean, there's really no other way to, you know.
Chad said it's hard to chase that high.
Right. Exactly. All right, Brandon, and I'm trying to go in order, guys. I'm sorry if I missed you. What's your preferred source? Storage unit, garage sales, auctions? Recently, it's been auctions. I found a couple of really good auctions that I hit, and yeah, auctions have been our best source so far for eBay. For Amazon, we still do thrifts. For the stuff that we sell on Amazon, you just can't beat a thrift store or garage sale. Garage sales are good too. The state sales used to be really good, and I'm saying, you know, since we've been in Alabama, but they've kind of, you know, the ones that, you know, we were under the impression were reseller friendly have changed, and they're chasing the big profit now. And it's funny, what's happening is they run their 50% off sale, and then on Facebook the next day, we're still here and it's 75% off. It's like, okay, well, you wouldn't have had to take that extra day if you just priced it at a reasonable price. And I want to tell them that, but I've got a face that people tend to remember. So I don't want them to be like, you know, don't come back. So, all right. Thrifty Booger asked, you and Dusty divorce. Did it have to do with NASA? No, it didn't. It was actually before NASA. So yeah, we did. I answered it before. If you tuned in a little bit late, you know, just scroll back or watch it after or whatever. Okay, let's go. Robin Birchall, hey, you're here. Hopefully you've got like 4 or 5 drinks in you now. Let's see. Leisure Picker, you did well with the electronic stuff. You never know what's next. That's, yeah, once after the NASA stuff, I went through that about 6 weeks of just kind of nothing, or not exciting rather. So after that, then I found this lot of 8 Dynaco vintage hi-fi preamps. They were all There was one PAS, one pass two, or like 3 or 4 pass twos, and then 3 pass threes or whatever. But I got an average of like 225 a piece out of them. One I had to sell for parts, so I did that at an auction. So yeah, that's that. Let's go. Harley Women, will you ever do a listing hangout? Because she missed the listing hangouts. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of doing my own thing. I mean, when I list, I just want to list.
You list at all different times.
That's true. I do list at all different times. Sometimes it's in the morning. Sometimes it's late at night.
Usually it's at night.
Yeah, I was listing at like 11 o'clock at night last night. So, yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I might join a listing hangout if somebody posts one. Yeah. So Golden Finger Picker says, Chad says, the only good thing in Alabama are the roads out. I kind of get where you're going with that, but no, it's. I mean, guys, we moved here under a certain set of pretenses, and those pretenses changed, and I don't regret it. There's no regrets about moving here. We were in North Carolina, we were struggling, and it was a struggle just to find stuff, and so we needed to move to an area where we can do better. It was totally a business decision, and we wanted to move to an area that we can, one, be successful, but two, we can really kind of build. And what I mean build our business, build wealth, build something that our kids can really take and leap forward. And I think this area is prime for that. And we moved in, I would say, at the perfect time.
Mm-hmm.
We bought at the bottom of the market for this area. And just in the last year, it's really rebounded. And the town that we live in, which is a small town just south of Huntsville, is really growing. Neighborhoods are growing, more houses are coming in, jobs are coming to the area as a whole. I think we bought at the right place at the right time, and so there's no regrets at all for moving here. Things didn't turn out the way that we thought they would, and we can't dwell on it. We just got to move on. So, right? Good.
And the schools.
The schools are good.
That's my big push. The kids have to be in good schools. And,
yeah.
The elementary school's phenomenal, and the high school just got a new principal, and I'm totally excited. I think he's going to bring a good atmosphere.
Yeah. So.
So really, really excited to see what happens.
Yeah. So.
But it's like I always say too, like, the high school wasn't the best, but we're getting involved in the high school.
Mm-hmm.
You're helping, and I'm getting in. Like, if it's not where we want it to be, we're going to get in there, and we're going to get it up to where it should be.
Sorry, I'm looking at the shine on my head. Yeah. So it's.
Did you? What's that game where you hit the ball across the?
So yeah, it's a great area to live in. I wouldn't want to live in Huntsville, maybe South Huntsville, but this area is, it's ideal for us. So.
Minus the tornadoes.
Well, the tornadoes. Just got to keep your eye on the weather. Yeah. Minus the friggin', I'm in a long sleeve shirt in the last week of March. Minus that stuff. The crazy card, that was an awesome score on the electronics. Did you make about $1,000, maybe $1,200, and that was on an $8 buy, an $8 lot. So, plus I had to drive about an hour to get it. So, Do I ever get butt dialed? Yeah, at 10:30 at night, I get butt dialed from time to time. That typically happens. Going on, Grumpy. What do you listen to or watch while listing? I recently have been watching a lot of news or listening to a lot of news. I do listen to some podcasts, not reseller related stuff. I listen to the Pete and Sebastian show, Pete Maniscalco, Sebastian Maniscalco and Pete Corielli. They're two stand-up comics that I really enjoy. So I watch them or listen to them. Or I just put on my Spotify playlist, which has about 50 hours worth of music on it. And that's what I do.
If I'm in here, I usually make him put on music.
Yeah. And low, too. What the? You don't listen to rock, punk, or whatever low. You listen to that shit turned up. All right. Rick Moore, have you ever or do you plan on ever purchasing liquidation lots to resell? Any preferable companies? What makes me nervous about liquidation lots typically is you have to buy them online and then you're only looking at 3 or 4 pictures. Liquidation.com, bulk.com are the only two that I really know besides that Walmart one. I can't remember the name of that one. But it's I don't know, it's just it scares me to put that kind of money towards stuff that you only get 3 or 4 pictures. I did buy a box from Bulk because they do box deals where it's like $30 shipping plus the price of whatever the price of the box is. I did do one of those and it was so bad. I requested a refund. They wouldn't give me a refund. I went through PayPal and I said, you know, this is the manifest that I got and this is what I actually received. And they were like, all right, cool. Then, you know, they fought it, they won. So, but yeah, it was bad because the manifest says one thing. It'll say, like, for example, 3-pack of Scotch tape.
It said 4-pack and then there was 3 in there.
Yeah, all right. So it said 4-pack of Scotch shipping tape, and then there was only 3 rolls in there. Well, that's not a 4-pack. You know, so now you're selling me you're not giving me what I thought I was getting. So, so be careful if you're going to buy liquidation lots online. Show enough. Are you worried that Dusty might slash your tires? I don't know, Dusty. Why don't you tell me? Yep. Denise picks Jim. You are way more inspiring than Dusty. He's in it for himself. Okay. Just so you guys know, this chat will be seen. I didn't say this before, but the chat will be visible afterwards. So be forewarned. Yeah. So, or be post-warned, I guess, at this point. I don't listen to Hanson. No. Robin Birchall, how do you and Ashley split up the eBay and household chores?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, go ahead.
You don't do any household chores, but then you bitch when I don't do the household chores when I'm too busy working in here with you. Don't even. It's a struggle. It's not easy because there's 5 of us and 4 dogs. So the household chores are a project in itself. But this is a business that needs to constantly be moving. So that is the struggle. Like I said the other night, I said to my 9-year-old, I said, the struggle is real. And my 9-year-old looked at me, 9 years old, and goes, it's been real. Yes, the struggle is real.
Yeah. So, yeah. So
it's a constant.
It's definitely.
And now with soccer season, it's like.
It is. It's hard on Ashley, and I appreciate 100% everything that she does. I mean, it's hard doing, 2 loads of laundry, 5 days a week. And because there's 5 of us and we have like a litter of dogs and
If anybody wants one, please.
And we have soccer, and we have, days that we need to go out, and we PTA and all that kind of stuff. And
it's PTO here.
Whatever, PTO, yeah. PTA.
Yeah. Yeah, and soccer, but when I say soccer, that's literally like a 4 to 5 hour thing between travel time and if the girls play before the boys, and he has to be there for them to warm up. And,
yeah,
so
it's tough. I mean, soccer takes up a lot of time, but that's why I do this, and that's what I've said all along.
Yeah.
I mean,
we do this so we can be involved with our kids,
right? Because my parents weren't involved with me, her parents weren't involved with her, and not that we turned out like pieces of shit, although some might think so, but I know I would have liked my parents to have been there for certain things that I did through school or whatever, and they weren't. My grandparents were more involved in what I did than my parents, and for her, I mean, she was just saying the other day, her mom only went to one of her marching band things.
And yeah, I was in marching band for 4 years, and we were like state, not even like I think it was like the Northeast champions. And my parents literally only went to, out of 4 years, maybe 3 events, and we performed like at Giant Stadium, like on the AstroTurf at Giant Stadium. We went down to Disney World and performed in their parade. Like, it was a good marching band. My parents didn't go to anything.
Mm-hmm.
A few. I don't think my stepdad went to anything.
Yeah. So because of that, we're going to be involved in our kids, and we're going to make sure that we're there for them, and we go to as many things as we can.
Which sometimes our kids think it's, obnoxious.
Right. We embarrass them. Well, the bigger one.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we do this.
We do what we do for the kids.
LV Looper, preferred pizza toppings. I'm a meat guy. Although I will do onions and green peppers every now and again.
And I hate meat on my pizza.
Yeah. Cheese, mushroom, and olives. Pretty much standard. Sometimes I do the meats. I don't do mushrooms because they're disgusting. They're the turds of the earth. Yeah, so that's that. Let's go on. Talking about blue lots. I haven't looked into blue lots just because liquidation is not on my radar right now. I may do that. Let me look into them.
I don't know if we have time for it.
We really don't. Queen City Picker, I agree with your statement probably about, 10 minutes ago, whatever. We're talking liquidation lots. In the chat, you can see the chat now. So the last time I did one of these, the
one I'm going to wants to see a puppy. There's one, but that one you can't have.
Yeah, this is the one that we're keeping. Basically because she just sits around the house and doesn't really do anything. This is Minnie. She has no idea why I'm holding her like this.
Especially since you never paid attention to her.
There we go. She's Chihuahua Shih Tzu mix. The other 3 are too big to pick up. Yeah, so there you go. When am I coming to Florida for a pick-and trip?
Okay, here's the problem with that. I just told my family I'm not coming to Florida ever again. So
yeah, our family's in Florida, right outside Tampa, right north of Tampa.
Well, no, now I have family.
Now we have family that's in West Palm Beach. So whenever we go down, we pick. Sorry, Margot, because I know that's your town. But
there's nothing wrong with the town. It's just that it's too far of it's too much.
Yeah. And if we go to one part of Florida and our family finds out about it, it's why didn't you come and see me? So Florida is never vacation. It's always work. So
If we're going to vacation, we're going to vacation.
Yeah. Like, I can't even take a cruise out of Florida because they'll be like, why didn't you come visit us? It's like, because I was on a fucking boat. What do you want me to do? Like, seriously. Like, you want me to swim back from friggin' Cozumel? Like, all right.
Well, that's only because you've got so much right now.
All right, Felicia has a good question. What items... Well, actually, I was going to read this if we got a lull, but there's no lull tonight, so good job, guys. What items that you thrifted for family use that the family was disappointed in and wish you bought retail? What items bought thrifted made the family the happiest? So this is for personal use.
Wow. Okay, so what items did we buy for the family thrifted that did not go over well?
Yeah.
Honestly, this is awful, but honestly, if we get like shoes, like I like to get play shoes for the kids because they get all muddy. They hate it. They absolutely hate it.
And they don't last very long.
No.
So, thrifted shoes.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, we buy our shoes retail because especially
boys are so rough.
Yeah, but even Ashley and I don't wear thrifted shoes.
No.
No. I won't.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, like, they get nice school shoes, but like when they go outside to play, then I'd rather they have something that they can get muddy.
Yep. And then what items bought thrifted made the family the happiest? The best thrifted personal buy?
I don't know. They only like stuff for like an hour. I mean.
Yeah. To me, the best deal are books. Kids' books, especially, they read them once or twice and then they're done. So we spend like $20 at the book fair for 2 books, and they read them for an hour and then they're done. Or we can go and spend 75 cents at a thrift store for 3 books. And if they're done in an hour, who cares, right? So just throw them out or whatever. Donate them back, rather. So.
I think the kids would say video games.
Yeah.
That would be their favorite.
They like to buy the video games.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of stuff. We don't buy big purchases. About the biggest purchase is this heater that I have going on. I think I spent $20 for one of these DeLonghi.
Oh, you know what it says on the side of it still? $24.90 something.
$25 on this heater. That's about the biggest thing that I've purchased for personal use. Everything else is retail, just because I'm a warranty guy, and yeah, so that's it. James Byron, anyone else had an issue with people saying they had their credit cards hacked and doing chargebacks? I've not had that issue. Denise Picks, Jim, are your parents still alive? Yes, they are. Both of them. They both live in Florida. Growing up, I didn't have the best relationship with my dad. Now I have a great relationship with my dad, and my mom has always kind of been the.
Yeah, your dad's awesome. He actually, I think, was just talking about coming up to visit, which I would absolutely love.
He needs a break from my mom, he says. So
yeah,
we'll see if he comes up here.
I hope he does.
Yep. Great. So yeah, they are both still alive. So let me see. Parents, okay. So Thrifty Bugger loves the voiceover thrift store videos. I want to give information and be as helpful as I can in my videos, but I also want to entertain you. I don't want you to just tune in and be like, okay, yeah, clothes, I get it. Okay, toys and
Jim Bennett, silent reseller.
Can you hear me? Let me know if I'm, because my volume button in here says that I am.
Mouth is moving, no sound. Oh boy, yes, voiceover. And he's back. Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. So I had to refresh because in here I'm looking at I've been like staring at my bars, and yeah, there's sound. So no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I can. Yeah, to me it looks like I've got sound. So
Can you repeat everything?
What did I say for 2 minutes? Well, I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, I've got like 3 messages from Facebook. I lost sound, and I'm not paying attention to it. Like I'm trying to be a good host and like pay attention to you guys. All right. So going forward, I'm going to just let the chat go and not back up so I can see. Yeah. Anyways, what I was saying was I like to be entertaining in my videos. If I can find a way to be funny, then I'm going to do it. And some videos are purely entertainment. Some videos are straight content. Some videos are a mix of both. So.
Oh, can I add in just a second?
Yeah.
Steve Ross said need to learn sign language.
I know sign language.
Both of his parents are completely deaf,
yeah,
so he is fluent in sign language. Yeah,
I'm fluent in sign language. Both my parents are deaf, so.
So if
I can do it, but I don't know that anybody can.
Does anybody out there understand it? Because I don't.
Yep. Grandma Wrinkle said the shoe cleaning video had her cracked up. Yeah, that's that was a fun one because I yeah, in the tub. Yeah, those are just some examples of me just trying to be funny and not trying to be a reseller. LV Looper loved the jelly bean rant. Yeah, and that's definitely. I mean, I don't get angry like that on jelly beans just on a whim. Like that's totally put on and played up, and I just kind of act like how I would on a stage if I was on the stage with a mic, and just do that. So yeah, one of the things that I said probably when I was muted was I've done stand-up comedy once or twice at open mics, and that's something that I'd like to get back to. So, is the hairstyle new? Newish, I guess, except for this thing. I can't seem to get that under control. Like if I don't do it, it's fine. But then once I put shit in it, then it does that. But yeah, I'm poop mug. Where is it? It's I think it's in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Why the hell is there even a buttered popcorn flavor? Yeah.
Seriously.
You're telling me.
How many cream and sugar do you like in your coffee?
Depends on the size of the cup. I just use the straight like Aldi's brand flavored creamers. So Denise picks. Love my glasses.
Mm-hmm.
They're cool. They're blue.
They're fairly new.
They're new too, with the wood sides. Yeah.
Favorite stand-up?
LV Looper, favorite stand-ups. Bill Burr, I really like a lot. Jim Gaffigan is funny. Tom Segura. Sebastian Maniscalco. If you guys, he's big on YouTube. He also does a lot of stand-up, regional stand-up, although he's getting to be nationwide now. Vic DiBattista is very funny. He's got a lot of YouTube videos. He does like 4 YouTube videos a day, and they're all funny. So go not that he needs me to tell people to go subscribe to him, but yeah. Jackie Cation is one of my favorite female stand-ups. Gabriel Iglesias is funny. Who else do we? Brian Regan is my all-time favorite stand-up is Brian Regan. So, and he's clean, which is like the opposite of me. So,
well, him and Jim Gaffigan are my two.
Yeah, Jim Gaffigan's funny.
You already said that, but those are my two.
Yeah. Chad, who is the sticker remover out of you two?
It depends. Usually I'll do it.
Yeah.
But we've recently had some products that have stickers that are pain in the butt, and
you can say ass. It's fine.
We both worked on it just because it was that bad.
Or if we have like a ton of we bought
59. There was 59. Of
59 baby organic sunscreens that had not just a little price tag, but like a label, a full label that covered the whole thing, and they're not peel and stick labels or removable labels. So so when it comes to things like that, then we'll both tag team it. But usually if it's eBay stuff, it just goes on the table here, and I pull stickers as I'm taking pictures and cleaning them up and stuff.
And if it's Amazon, then I do it.
So, all right. Blackberry Thistle Tea. Have you found a decent bakery down here? I have given up. When Publix is your best, then you've got something wrong. And Publix is our best.
Right, but our neighbor is opening up a donut shop.
Our neighbor is opening up a donut shop.
So I'm really hoping that he's going to do some baked goods. Or if he doesn't, at least I can talk him into it, because apparently he's a chef.
Right.
I'm really excited.
And it's within walking distance, so I'm either going to get really, really fat from donuts or really, really thin because my wife's going to make me walk there to get them. So. The crazy car, do you do best offer? I was waiting on payment on 3 items. Someone just backed out on $120 purchase. This is getting old. I do best offer. Every listing I have, for the most part, has best offer on it. Under $10 items, I don't do best offer on, unless there's slides or postcards or photographs. Other than that, because people tend to buy those in bulk, so they'll say, hey, you've got this slide for $6, but I'm going to buy 15 of them. Will you do them for $4? And of course I would, because I'm shipping them at the same rate. So that's why I have best offer on the under $10 items. That are those, people tend to buy in bunches. So, but a lot of my books that are under $10, just their first edition, mid-70s, ex-library books, like those I do at $10 and just let them rip. Those don't have best offer. But yeah, the non-payment stuff can get old. But I just, I don't bother getting angry about it. You just relist it, and if it's a good enough item, you only have to wait 2 or 3 more days to get it sold. So, all right, let's see. Craigslist Hunter, hey, what's going on? The only reason why I watch your videos is for entertainment. You're reselling. Yeah, well, yeah. Like I said, I try to be entertaining. I want to entertain people. And it's not just work. I mean, even when I was working in an office, I wasn't silent and just focused on work. I was the guy that was walking around. Chad, conservative or liberal? I'm a centrist, but I'm left leaning. So liberal, but I'm not crazy. I just think I think for myself, I think that there's a compromise in everything. everything that we do.
There's two sides to every story.
Yeah, right. And you just have to kind of look at an issue and listen to both sides and say, okay.
Which I think we may have even learned yet again in the past couple of days, that there's two sides to every story.
Right. The crazy card. Brother was a stand-up comic. Now he's an actor living in Hollywood. Might I have seen him in anything? Be interested to know who it is. Stephen Ross, you don't have to apologize. If you need to tell Pete thanks, tell him thanks. I'm not, stop being nice, asshole. No. Blackberry Thistle Tea, let me know where that bakery is when it's open. It's about 2 minutes from my house. Come down 431 till you reach farmland.
They're calling it a donut shop.
It's a donut shop, yeah.
I don't know what they're going to have.
I don't know what it's going to be, but...
He's talking about coffee and donuts. And
Kaylee Turner, I'm going live in a minute. All right, go live, but fuck yourself in the process. LV Looper, say libertarian. I'm not libertarian or librarian. Have I caught up? I have caught up.
Mm-hmm.
We need some funny people from Alabama. Alabama has funny people. I mean, I'm struggling to think of any. Question for Ashley from Thom, Queen City Picker. If something happened to Jim, would you stay in this business?
I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. God, I hate to even think about it, but I don't think I would be able to stay home all the time if he wasn't here. If that helps. I don't think I could do it. But yeah, I don't even want to really go there.
There you go. Stephen Ross, I'm going to be out and about, want to meet up for lunch. I have a soccer thing tomorrow.
Wednesday, maybe.
11 to 2. Wednesday's going to be raining like hell all day.
Is it? I haven't checked the weather.
We could figure out a time. Just hit me up on Facebook and we could do that. ATL Picker, how do you and your wife balance working together? I don't know. I mean, we just enjoy being around each other, so it's not really like we have to.
For the most, yeah, I mean,
we do everything together. I mean, when I go out to source, she's with me. There's not a lot that we don't do separately. I mean, she's got PTO. I had to think about it.
Took me a while to get used to it too, but even that's only once a month.
Yeah, once a month for an hour. Like, I mean, there's not a whole lot that we don't. I mean, we like being around each other, so it's not really a balance. We don't get angry with each other.
No, because if something's bothering me, I will flat out say, "You're irritating me because of this, this, and this," and he'll say, "Okay," and either I'll get over it, or we'll adjust it, or whatever. Like if he, like I made the comment before, occasionally he'll complain, like laundry. I've done the laundry over the past couple days, but I haven't put it away. My bad. So he's like, well, I'm out of clean shirts. I'm like, well, go get them. It's clean.
Yeah.
Like, stop bitching at me. I don't feel good. Do it.
Right. And that's just, I mean, that's
just, I guess that's the northern.
It's very northern of us to speak our minds.
But we can both speak our minds to each other without
offending each other.
Right.
And if she says, hey, you're being an asshole, I'll be like, all right, I'll go be an asshole in the garage then. You know where to find me, but, it's, we like each other. So
yeah.
just a little bit. LV Looper.
Marriage. Yes, Evan. Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who's your free pass? I don't need a free pass. Sorry. Look at me and look at her. You think I need a free pass? I have a free pass. I don't need a free pass. So, and LV Looper is on a roll. He's bringing it tonight.
Dear Yankees. Yep. That's although I have to say we're from Jersey. We're not from New York, and let me tell you, Jersey people don't like
people
Yankees.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fine.
LV Looper asks, "Who's Ashley's free pass?" You think she needs a free pass? Look at that. No. She doesn't need a free pass. She gets like two. She gets two people in this disgusting thing.
I'm good, thank you.
Robin's a Yankee.
Yeah.
Is this hoodie from the Bill Belichick?
Wait, how far a Yankee?
She's in Massachusetts, I think.
Oh, see, no, I don't. It's only New York.
Yeah, New Yorkers, we just don't like.
No offense, but New York. Just when you're from Jersey, the Jersey Shore.
Especially the Jersey Shore.
The Jersey Shore. That's where it comes from.
The thing about the living on the Jersey Shore is 8 months out of the year it's beautiful, and then New York comes into town from Memorial Day till Labor Day, and it's just hell and littered, and it's not a fun place to live in the summer times, which sucks because that's where all the fun stuff is. You got the boardwalk and rides and arcades and bars and all sorts of stuff that we have access to year round. And I mean, we've been out there in December walking a boardwalk, not another soul on it, and it's the most peaceful place on earth.
Oh my gosh, when I was pregnant with Travis, we used to go out and walk the boardwalk like every night. Like that's what we did.
Yep.
But yeah, during that, what is it, between I think Memorial Day
and Labor Day.
Labor Day, it's
awful.
Yeah.
LV Looper, is that hoodie from the Bill Belichick collection? It feels like it. I feel very coachy in this, so I wear this when I'm coaching. Not every day, because I gotta wash it, but.
Or I have to wash it.
Yeah, I don't. That's true. Yeah, I have to throw it in a pile, and magically it gets hung up again. New Yorkers are not Yankees, only their baseball team.
Again,
but the team is in New York.
Yeah, it's just a term.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, you grow up on the shore.
James Byron, I thought you were going to say it's beautiful until Snooki showed up. That whole show makes me angry. LV Looper, who do you think my free pass should be? I'm going to go Jessica Chastain. That should be LV Looper's free pass. Golden Finger Picker. What South more polite and more honest?
Sandwich.
Chad says that the South is more polite and more honest.
Okay, I have some issues with that, Chad. We may need to talk. Honesty,
What we've learned is Southern politeness and hospitality is
fake. It's
fake.
fakeness. Is what
It's
it is.
very much.
And not all of them, but there are some Southern that actually have hospitality that are actually nice.
Are nice, yeah.
You can't group one.
Right.
But in generally speaking.
Yeah, in general terms, they're nice to your face.
Yeah.
And to them, that's being polite. So, but Big Brother hit it on the head. Honesty is in the person, not the place. That's 100%. Yeah. Didn't say it was real, just said polite. And they're very polite.
That's true.
Until you
I turn it
realize
off.
that that they've been lying, or whatever, or
I don't know. I mean,
to me, being nice to your face, but then either talking about you behind your back or not. I mean, just be honest with me up front, and just if I rub you the wrong way, tell me that I rub you the wrong way, because I don't have to be like this.
We've interacted with quite a few people between the PTO, the school, the neighborhood, soccer, and everything. And there's some Southern people, and there's some people that are moved in from other places.
Have relocated, yeah.
Yeah, and like our neighbor, who's opening the donut shop, he's not originally from the South. He's originally from the North, but he lived overseas for I don't know, like 10 or 12 or 20 years. I don't know,
yeah.
a long time. So he has he doesn't have that Northern, but he doesn't have the Southern, and he's just he's
laid back.
Yeah. But like,
but if something bothers him, he'll be like, hey, that kind of pissing me off.
Right. Like, it's very, I don't know. And even like with the PTO, like the PTO in particular, like there's one person individual that I know that's Southern, and I just feel like it is fake as can be, and I can't stand it. But then there's another girl that she's great, because she's like, yeah, I see where you're going with that, and she's more honest.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
it's just, everybody's different, and you just have to take them as they come.
Yep. But moving down here, some advice we got was, well, just change, just be more Southern.
No,
like we can't shake our New Jersey. We've moved from New Jersey to Florida to North Carolina, and now we're here. We're well-traveled people. and we still can't shake this Jersey crap. Like, we still have the attitude and the mannerisms and all that kind of stuff, and we're outsiders for now. But
well, not even. I mean, some of our closest friends. I mean, I don't want to name names, but the next street over,
yeah,
we go hang out with them at least once a week.
But they're from Connecticut, so they don't count.
So they're not.
Be yourself. That's right, Stephen Ross. I'm gonna be me. If you don't like me,
oh well, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Too bad.
Thanks anyway.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sorry, I'm not watching the chat anymore. Children.
Slowing down. Let's get into group, maybe. If I can find it.
Maybe people in the South. Florida is South, different than the South.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true. The South doesn't understand Northeast humor. Yeah.
That's very true.
So, Frick Daddy said Southerners are insulted a little too easily. I'm not gonna argue with that.
I think they're not very thick-skinned, so they don't take.
So you saw that fakeness.
Yeah, well, yeah. They don't like making fun of themselves. So the same for the West Coast, Chad's right. Yeah, everybody. Yeah.
You've never been to the West Coast.
But I've talked to people from the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
How come I missed that?
I don't know.
The crazy card, did I buy an AR-15 in the last month, or were you already all set up? Nope. No guns. No guns in this house. Although I do have my pistol permit, my concealed carry. I do have it. I just don't have a gun. So I have it in case, but I don't have a gun. And really, I don't have a gun because when somebody, let's say I'm driving and somebody is driving like an asshole, I want to shoot their tires out. So I don't have a gun for that reason.
That's the Italian temper.
Right. Mike Warren, some people from Alabama are jerks. Thank God you brought class to Alabama. It's not, I'm not bringing class. I'm just moving in. That's all it is. But thank you. It's, we're just doing what we do. And what we've noticed is even in the last year, I mean, just the last year since we've been here, not even a year, because we moved down here in June. This time last year, we were fighting like cats and dogs over this mortgage. And, you know, but now we've noticed a big cultural change in the last 9 months. You know, we were just talking about that today too. I mean, I get the feeling that before, in the past, we'll say, because I don't know exact dates, but people would settle. People would be like, "Yeah, that's good enough." You know, even our friends that live a street over, he owns a business, a service business, and a lot of times he has to go in and fix things that a previous guy did, and he's asking these homeowners like, "Why did you pay for it if it wasn't done right? Like, this is clearly not done right. It didn't work from the start. Why did you pay for it?" Well, he tried. It was good enough. Like, and now people are not settling. They're not, you know, it's good enough is not a thing, you know, more and more. It's still, you know, it's still there. It's still, I mean, there's a lot of families that have been here for generations and generations, and times are changing and people don't really like it. So, Ellie Looper, I am Italian. I am.
You can't tell? Like.
Yeah. Look at this right here. Like I said when I first started, we don't sweat, we grease.
Well, that and all the hair.
And the hair, yeah. Yeah, I am Italian. Although my dad's Italian and my mom is like a smorgasbord of
I found
Western
out
European countries.
Your mom is, there's English and there's Spanish. And that's all I found out.
Yeah.
Somebody asked what the name of your goat was. I forget who it was that asked.
Oh. Was that Travis?
Yes.
Yeah. That's my oldest son.
Careful.
I didn't name the goat. If you want to suggest some names for the goat, then throw them in there.
I think the goat's a really funny story because this must have been like 10 years ago. You came home one day and we're like, "I want to get a goat." And I was like, "No, we're not getting a goat."
Yeah, because, all right. In Florida, I opened up a cell phone store. I was in the cell phone business, and a coworker of mine and myself decided to open up a cell phone store. Just do it on our own. Hey, we could sell all these phones for Verizon. Why not do it on our own? So we did that. And to start, we were in a flea market, an indoor flea market. Thrift Daddy, that's mean. And everybody's gonna see it, so I don't have to comment. Anyway,
I don't have a problem with it.
We were in an indoor flea market, a 10 by 20 spot. So it was nice. We had it set up like a store, but the rent was like $100 a week. And across the way, there was tables in the middle. Across the way was a pet store, and they had puppies and cats, but they had goats. Like, they had goat in like the bottom cage and one in the top cage. I'm like, I want a fucking goat. So I told her I'm going to bring home a goat, and she threatened divorce, and that was the end of that.
But the sad thing is now I'm like, can we get a pig? I want a pig.
Right. Now she wants all the fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, now we're out in the country.
Yeah, that's true. Michael Carter, what do you think of Dirt Cheap and Bargain Hunt?
not totally excited about Dirt Cheap.
No, yeah, Dirt Cheap is.
I mean, you could, if you're there enough, you could probably find some.
I don't like Dirt Cheap at all. It's broken shit. I don't care for Dirt Cheap. Both of these stores are basically retail Amazon returns.
Not just that, but like
Wayfair and
Costco. They have like
Costco stuff. Yeah, so it's all returns.
Or overstock or outdate or
whatever. They buy pallets of stuff and sell.
Well, I just bought a whole bunch of like Valentine's Day candy or what was the holiday? Christmas.
Yeah,
candy because they had that.
But yeah, bargain hunt we could do okay. There are a lot of missing parts. I shop for you, club. Yeah. Bargain hunt is a lot of missing parts. So I don't mess with electronics there. I don't. What those sunscreens I mentioned before came from Bargain Hunt. We bought a bunch of umbrella vases, which are plastic vases that you clip around your patio umbrella. We bought a bunch of those for Amazon. That's really about it. We go and look and just see. But
I think I usually end up buying personal.
It's all more for personal.
Yeah, it's usually a lot more personal in there.
Yep.
Like I'm interested in like kids' clothes because kids go through clothes so fast.
Internet shopping did say Bargain Hunt is starting to sell more and more Amazon returns as well. You can see the FBA labels on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And Stephen Ross said just wait a few and they'll be in the Goodwills around here. That's true.
Yeah.
Goodwill sells a lot of that stuff too. I haven't been in this Goodwill in 6 months. So
we don't go to Goodwill.
Yeah. Bargain Hunt used to be a good store. It was called Essex. Yeah. I wasn't around for Essex. I only know Bargain Hunt. We've been to the one here in Huntsville and in Decatur, and they're both about the same.
They're coming out with a new markdown program, so I'm excited to see what that brings.
Yeah, it's going to go from full price to 25 and then go in 25s rather than 10s. So
they say. I mean, that's what the employee told us.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't like buying stuff for $3 to sell for 10. I'd rather buy something for $3 and sell for 30. So retail arbitrage has never been big for me. And I know there's groups you could pay for on Facebook and they'll give you heads ups on things and bolos and all that kind of stuff. I just don't. I don't want to be in a Walmart all day.
Not that there's anything. I mean, if that's your.
Or a Walgreens or Rite Aid or whatever.
But I mean, if that's your platform, then that's your not platform, but
if you're into it, then do it. You can make money at it, but I'm not into it.
You can definitely make money at it if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
It's just not our forte.
Nikki said, if I had to depend on thrift stores, I would never make it. You are lucky I have good thrift stores. I feel like anymore, it's
thrift stores are only half the game.
Right.
If that.
You can't just do thrifts.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gotten to the point now where we thrift once a week, and it's just for Amazon, really. I'll go through clothing racks every now and again, but even the clothes, a lot of the thrift stores around here in the individually priced clothes, and Ralph Lauren shirts are $20. So. Clothes are getting tougher, not only because there's a lot of resellers. It's always been a competitive category. But now the thrift stores are seeing that, hey, these shirts are listed on eBay for $25. Let's sell them for $20. They don't realize that the ones that are listing the shirts for $25 are coming in and buying those shirts. So you can't sell them for $20.
Yeah.
LV Looper, do I have any tattoos?
Do you have any tattoos?
I do not.
You don't like needles.
Yes, I don't like needles.
You can't do needles.
Yeah. I can do needles like in a doctor's office. Like they can give me a shot and that's fine. But just the thought of being stabbed 10,000 times on your forearm just does not appeal to me. No, not even a lower back tat. I don't have a tramp stamp. No. Yeah. Yeah, Stephen Ross says, around here, if you're not in there every day, it gets hard to find stuff. What I found is when we go every day, it's hard to find stuff. We go once a week and then we can load up the car. But if we go every day, then we're only picking up 10, 12 items.
If that, yeah.
But we go once a week, then we can really kind of clean up. Kyle Grover, that thrift store by the trampoline place in Huntsville, it's crazy prices on clothing. That's the one that I'm talking about. Their Ralph Lauren polo shirts are $20.
And that's the one that every time we buy anything from there, it's
broken.
Nine times out of 10, it's broken or missing a piece,
pieces,
yeah. Or dirty, or
it's always dirty.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't do thrifts as much. But for Amazon stuff, that's the best place to go. And the reason why we do games is because we have so many that if we're missing a piece, it's like, all right, we'll just Copper Mustache. Neil, holy cow, Neil.
Wow.
Have you bought any used shoes or sandals lately? I can't say that I have.
Well, the ones that you did,
I've already sold
before I even was able to put them away.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't clean them or anything. Blackberry Thistle Tea, would you ever consider estate cleanouts? Yes. I do want to get into estate cleanouts. However, it's a very crowded market here for estate cleanouts. I brought that up on a recent video where I wanted to start doing that or something like that, maybe garage cleanouts or storage unit cleanouts. And that's just for people, they're renting a storage unit and they want to give it up. So I want to be the guy for them to call and like, hey, come and take this stuff.
I'm not totally excited about
She's
that.
not excited about it whatsoever. But estate cleanouts are very, very tricky. It's a tough vertical to break into here. Even this past week at the auction that we've been going to, I talked to the owner and I was like, hey, I'm thinking about getting into estate cleanouts and I'd like to use you to filter some of the bigger stuff through. And he's like giving me thumbs up and he's like, but I already do that. And what he's doing is he's going to estate sale companies, giving them his card and offering them whatever he offers his sellers, which is 30% commission, I think. So they're still going to get money on that stuff. So the estate sale companies don't have to pay anybody to come and get the stuff. He's offering to take it for free for a 30% commission and then sell it afterwards. So I think that's where a lot of the stuff is coming from, yeah. So he's doing it. There's others that are doing it. There's a thrift store almost to Madison that he does estate clean out. So it's a tough business to get into. But if I can get into it on a smaller scale, dealing with the person that actually owns the items, because those guys have to call like college hunks that haul junk or whatever the hell their name is or whatever, a hauler, and they have to pay them to take the stuff out. And so if I get into it and say, okay, the fee is going to be this, but based on what you have, that fee can be lowered to potentially free. I think that's a model that I'd like to tinker with and see if I can get that going. Yeah. Stephen Ross, good luck with loose ends. They're crazy. That's the one that was reseller friendly, and then they've just gotten crazy on their prices. And they're brazen about eBay. If something's not priced, boom, pull out their phone.
We'll look it up right there in front
and they'll go, this is what it's getting on eBay. And then I'll pull out my phone and be like, no, this is what it's actually getting on eBay. This is the sold, not the list price. Like you have, so I have to I had to do that a couple times, but yeah. Let's see. Pre-estate sales selling.
Yeah, that's my issue.
Craigslist hunting.
Yeah.
Pete. Yeah.
Yeah.
11 years, you need a lot of space to handle this stuff.
I don't want to deal with the stuff.
We've bought and sold storage units a lot in North Carolina.
Yeah, that's probably what my issue is.
And we had a friend of ours owned a furniture / antique store, and he had a large piece of land. And on that land, he was a distributor, a seller of like storage pods, like portable pods. He worked it out with a company where they would keep, I don't know, 30 or so pods on his land. And he basically started a little flea market / storage company out of those pods. And then when they sold a pod, they'd have to move stuff from one to another So we had one of those. We never got into two, right? No, we did two for a little while.
There was a brief moment where we had two.
So we did have two of those going, and on the weekends we can go there and just open up the doors and start selling. So and we also had a thrift store in North Carolina as well. So yeah, I know we need a lot of space, but the thing about this area is there's a lot of space available, and it's not expensive. It can be cheap.
I don't want any more overhead.
She doesn't want any more overhead, so fuck that idea.
Well, I mean, we'll discuss it, but
yeah, I think if there's a good space, I do. As long as there's 5 cubic feet of free space to work in, you're still a reseller. After that, you free space, you're a hoarder. That's true. I mean, I'm actually surprised we still have 2 walkways in this garage.
If the weather holds up and stays a decent temperature, I'm rearranging this week.
But you can hear my wind chimes outside. It's windy and it's cold.
Yeah,
so
if the temperature drops again, then it's gonna continue to look like this for a while.
Yeah.
It's okay, Nikki.
The crazy card. You have children. What do you think about Common Core and No Child Left Behind? These programs, do you think these programs are helping or dumbing down our children?
I think it's a fine line.
I like the concept of No Child Left Behind. I don't like Common Core.
I think it comes down to the teacher.
Yeah.
Like, I had this conversation with Travis, our oldest, the other day. Kyler's first grade teacher has been a first grade teacher for years. I don't want to put an age on it, but years. Her kids are grown. And she's amazing, but she's amazing because she evolves with the times. She's not stuck in the past. She constantly moves forward, and I feel like in her class, no child is left behind in her class.
Right.
If a child is falling behind in her class, she's on it. I don't think every first grade teacher is like that.
No, I think those programs were created without thinking about the teachers that have to implement it. Some of them have been doing the same thing for years and years and years, and they just couldn't adapt to it. So,
yeah.
Vidbot says, let's just talk about sourcing and selling. Vidbot, this is open, so whatever that you guys want to talk about. That's why I put no limits in the title. So whatever you guys bring it. Of course, we'll talk reselling, but if you want my opinion on whatever, then
kids are a big part of our day. It's cold and windy, but Nikki says you're full of it. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's why we don't live in the north.
Right.
One of the reasons, anyway.
Yep. I need to turn that back on. It's cold in here.
I'm not cold, but I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's not mine. But anyway, jeez, you got to go with the gun control thing. Man, you guys are gonna put me on a rant with this.
No, it's the conversation we had this afternoon. No. The Second Amendment. What does it say?
A well-regulated militia.
What's the whole Second Amendment?
I don't know.
Okay.
It does mention a well-regulated militia. That's the part.
Regulated.
That's the part that is missing in the conversation. So,
yeah.
I don't think guns need to be taken away. I have a gun permit. I don't have a gun.
No, I think I don't. We're certainly not one of those that think you should ban all.
No.
No, that's ridiculous. But
it does say shall not be infringed, but it says that the militia has to be well regulated. So we're focusing on shall not be infringed, and we're not paying any attention to the first part. So I think that guns can definitely be. We can prevent the mentally handicapped from getting guns. If we can prevent them, if we can prevent mentally handicapped individuals from obtaining a driver's license, then we can prevent them from getting guns.
There. I think that's it.
I think that's, yeah.
Yeah.
But do I think Adolf Schlesinger should lose his guns? No.
Not unless, you have a reason to.
Right. I mean, unless you're totally a nutball, then maybe. But, you're not proving yourself to be that tonight. So, yeah. So that's there. Done. Blackberry thistle tea. Do your kids like picking? Absolutely not.
No.
They hate it. Although Maddox, my 9-year-old, loves claiming stuff that comes home.
Everything.
Yep. So, Nikki says, I think they should choose and train certain people at the school to carry guns.
I'm not. Here's the thing. I think you probably agree with me. I'm not against there being armed police officers at the school.
Right.
The problem is there's no funding for it.
Right.
I mean, they barely have funding for music and arts and some cases gym, or to have a nurse at the school,
or
let alone
books.
Yeah, or books.
They can't get books.
Let alone, I think it'd be great if you could put a police officer on every school campus, or like our principal mentioned, 2 would be great. So one immediately had backup to the other. But there's no funding. If somebody could come up with a magic way to fund that, then please.
Vidbot in Pittsburgh, Mike, basically said the same thing. I heard criminals are going to obey any new gun laws they pass. Vidbot said you can buy guns on the street, no problem. Here's the thing about that is, let's take this last school shooting, Parkland. The guy who lived 20 minutes from Miami where he could have gotten a gun. He's mentally handicapped. And that's, he was on medication. He was seeing a therapist. That stopped because both of his parents died. So then there wasn't, and I have, I don't want to say extensive, but, we've had friends that have had autistic family members. And so we've been around them, or Asperger's. And sometimes they need to be reminded, like, video games are not real, but if they can get to a Cabela's or a Walmart, they can buy a gun. Like, I just, there's more that we can do to prevent that. If that means that, right-minded people have to go through another hoop or two, then I think that's what we can do to protect our kids and protect
everybody,
the public at large. And why aren't we doing it? So
Joanne Grumpy said every school has a security officer. I will say that
not every school.
No. Our school shares an officer with 2 other campuses. We have 1 officer shared between 3 campuses because they can't afford.
Right. And to go back to the criminals buying guns, back to the original Parkland shooter, he didn't go to Miami because it's illegal to buy a gun, but he didn't realize that it's illegal to go into schools and shoot people. Like, that's my opinion. That's not, a psychiatric evaluation, but I think a criminal would have drove 20 minutes down to Miami and bought a gun. This guy worked in a Dollar Tree for 18 months and saved his money because he knew that Cabela's had a gun on sale that cost so much money. So he had to save up that much money. Like, he could have went 20 minutes down. You could walk 20 minutes, it'd take you 2 hours, but if you wanted to do that bad enough, you could. And that's what a person that is.
Well, my point, everyone says that, people are going to break the law. He didn't. He wasn't issued a driver's license because he was mentally handicapped. So he didn't steal a car.
Right.
He took an Uber.
Right.
Like, he followed that law. So if there was a law preventing him from buying a gun, it shows it may have helped. There's no guarantee. Nobody knows. It is what it is. But
right.
I mean, he didn't steal a car and drive it to the school. He took an Uber and did the right thing. He didn't steal a car when leaving the school. He just walked out.
Yeah.
Like.
So like I said, it all goes back to my initial point where we can do better than what we're doing, and it doesn't mean take all the guns off the streets either.
No, that's not going to fix anything. No.
Like I said, there's extreme left and extreme right, and I'm just trying to be in the middle, and
Right. Well, and that's another thing. If
Data Wolf,
yeah, that's a whole nother. They had an armed guard on site, and he didn't enter the building.
He didn't.
Like,
yeah.
The system failed in that situation on every possible level that it could have failed on.
Yep. VidBot. Anybody hitting Toys R Us? We covered that probably an hour ago now. We're not going. We might go to just see, but
I just want to go and see how their markdowns are going to be.
Wow. Tom said he went to his local Toys R Us down by Charlotte. They raised prices to full MSRP and then started the discounts.
Is that why they were late on their discounts? Because they were supposed to start. Did you not see that article? Mm-hmm. They were supposed to start their discounts, but then they called it off, and a couple days later, then they started their discounts.
Probably.
So what they do? They canceled the discount and then raised all the prices, and it wouldn't surprise me.
No, and that's why they're closing. It's stuff like that retailers used to get away with that kind of stuff. And now Amazon is kind of taken over, and it's like, this is the price, and sellers are going to start to really compete again. And when you're like Toys R Us, you don't have competition because how many solely toy stores are out there? You could say, yeah, we compete with Walmart, but
is KB Toys still around?
No.
No, what's the other one? Learning Express.
Learning Express is around, but they're really, learning toys. So Kohl's is famous for that.
Kohl's is. And I like Kohl's, so I hate to admit that, but they are awful with that.
Sears is next. I believe that they're the next ones to go.
Yeah.
Best Buy is on its last leg. That's the one that I'm waiting for, Best Buy.
People are so bad. You see that?
Yeah. Queen City Picker. By the time Toys R Us gets the prices that retailers can buy at, only crap will be left. That's right.
Yep.
Jeanette Randall says KB's coming back at Christmas. That's interesting. So they'll just be a seasonal.
Really?
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it really is.
Yep, Ada Wolf's got it.
What? No one missed it.
Just like Kmart closing, no deals until 70% off.
Yeah.
Although when our what's that store called? The one that closed right when we moved down.
Oh, Gander Mountain.
Gander Mountain. When Gander Mountain closed, we went there like 3 times in the last week. We bought a couple things for ourselves. We bought some tables for the garage because all their fixtures went on sale. But that last day, I picked up a Lowrance fish finder. I paid $70 for it, but I sold it for $500. And then I bought a couple, 5 or 6 Horton easy winders for your bows, crossbows and such, and paid $10 a piece for those and sold those for $70 to $80. And they were all like real quick sales. So, but you still, I mean, you can't walk in there on a thrift store budget still. I mean, even on the last day. Yeah. Gander Mountain prices didn't get that good either. The lowest I saw them drop any of the weapons I was looking at was about 15%.
Yeah, weapons and guns, they didn't drop.
No.
Like you were looking at, so I was looking at like clothes. Yeah. That's what I went, like for the kids, clothes, socks, you know. And even that wasn't great.
I believe, don't quote me on this, I probably shouldn't even say it, but I believe they can sell guns back to the manufacturer. So,
well, they were selling them to somebody, that's for sure.
But stuff like that, they can just they didn't close all their stores yet. They still have some stores out west, so they can transfer that kind of they're Gander outdoor now, so they can transfer that stuff around. So that's why they didn't go cheap on that stuff, because
I don't know. We got Travis that sweatshirt. I don't know where it ended up. I haven't seen that one in a while.
Yep. Talking about an internet sales tax again. I think that should be state. It is pretty much now. But. Yeah. Anyways.
Oh, you're pushing almost 2 hours.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. And close out the old show. Oh, with the new tariffs, will Dollar Tree be $2? There'll be $2 tree. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to close it out. And
if anybody has any last minute questions,
yeah, we'll do a last call. Last call for questions.
Say something offensive. I'm sorry, this is not getting into the gun control, not offensive enough.
YouTube
5 below is changing to 8 below.
I don't know what to say. Asian people have really nice hair.
That's offensive?
I don't know. It's a compliment, but
you like their hair?
Racist. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's tough to just be offensive. Redheaded cat. Wow. At least I caught part of the show. You feeling better these days? I am feeling better. Thanks, Pete, for stopping in.
Yeah, thank you.
And Toys R Us. We haven't been there yet, Neil. May try to stop in.
I'll probably drag him there in a couple days.
Chris Piles. What's going on, man? Is your move done, Chris? Oh, we're waiting on that. James Hester, any idea why Poshmark has cheaper shipping than eBay? I don't know Poshmark's deal with USPS. I can tell you, though, The majority of clothes ships for, well, shipping rates just went up. I believe they do a $4 flat rate ship on anything under a pound. I might be wrong on that. It's been a while since I did Poshmark, but I know they charge a little bit more than the 16-ounce rate, and so anything under 16 ounces, they're making that extra little bit, which probably allows them to sell the priority a little bit, less expensive. Is the only thing that I could think of. So Poshmark subsidizes shipping out of the fees that you pay. It's not hard to figure that out. Yeah, it's true. I mean, eBay could do that, but they don't. All moved in, says Chris, back in business. Done sales on eBay, Amazon, and Mercari today. That's awesome. Yeah, we've learned that the quicker you can get back up and running, the better. So glad to hear that. Thanks, Jay Zepp. Says great show. Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks.
Swampicker says it's $6.75 for shipping. So that's even on like first stuff that would be first class. The cheapest you could pay for shipping on Poshmark is $6.75. Yeah, Chris, it was a good show. You should watch it. Very lively. Lively. LV Looper.
He's on fire tonight.
Where do you stand on the hot dog as a sandwich issue?
Is that an issue? Are people complaining about that?
I think if you have meats in between bun, that is a sandwich.
What about peanut butter and jelly?
If you have items in between bread, and whether it's like this or like this, it's still a sandwich. So I would call a hot dog a sandwich, not a, I mean, it's obviously a hot dog. It is more wrapped around. Yes, I'll give you that.
Thanks, Black Facility.
Black Ray Facility. Yeah. Thank you.
So nasally.
Neil, ketchup or mustard on hot dog? I do both. Ketchup and mustard because I'm all inclusive. I don't discriminate. Coney Hatch, what about a hot dog inside a pickle then fried?
Oh.
I'm not doing that. I'm not into that.
That's getting a little too serious. That's a little bit too much work.
Yeah.
An open-faced roast beef sandwich? Still a sandwich?
It's got sandwich in the title.
That's right, though. It's not meat in between bread. It's meat on top of bread.
Right. So it's not a traditional sandwich. That's why they have to put that qualifier in there of open face.
Man.
Burritos are wrapped around and they're not sandwiches. They are that.
Well,
they're a Mexican sandwich. That's Mexico's version of a sandwich. You take beans and rice and maybe some chicken or whatever, and you cram it in a tortilla. Corn dog. Ooh, corn dog. I don't know if that's sandwich. I don't think that qualifies as sandwich because you can't bake the bread on the sandwich. In a corn dog, that's basically what you're doing. Neil asked the Jimbo dog, what's on it? If I'm ordering a hot dog, I like to do the ketchup, the mustard. Sometimes I do onions.
Well, it depends. Now, if it's an Italian sausage instead of a hot dog, then you get the
or Polish sausage.
Yeah.
If it's Polish sausage, then I do the onions, peppers.
Italian sausage too.
Yeah, Italian sausage, same thing if it's available. Yeah. So, but it's always ketchup and mustard. And I stay away from the drippy shit. So no cheese, no chili. Yeah. Is pita bread really bread? It's got bread in the title, so I got to say it's bread.
You don't eat pita bread.
I don't eat pita bread.
I don't.
Who shot first, Han or Greedo? That is over my head. Is a Hot Pocket a sandwich?
Oh, no. Did you miss the toilet paper over or under?
I'm going to say no. Toilet paper over. I used to be under.
And
then I got married. So now it's over. It's over or I get in trouble. Yellow mustard or Dijon? I go with the brown. I like the spicy brown. Slaw dogs are okay. Yeah, I don't get into the chili. Ginger or Marianne?
It's over my head.
I'm going to say both. Is both an option? Then I will do both. Because I'm a guy. It's, you know. How does a New Jersey hot dog differ from an Alabama? You know what's weird about Alabama? They don't have hot dog carts. Like, you know, you go to Lowe's, there's a hot dog cart, or just like on the side of the road, there's a guy with a hot dog cart. I've yet to see a hot dog cart here. So
they've got to have some somewhere.
Yeah, so I have not.
You just haven't found it.
Yeah. Chris Pile's got to hear Jim play some Dave Grohl beats. I actually just bought a new bass drum head. So I'm kind of itching to get that put on. But the thing is, if I record it with my phone, it just sounds like crap. So maybe what I'll do, an old band I was in, we made a CD. I may rip the tracks off of that and post them. So I will definitely let you know. Hot Pocket is not food. It's not.
Who does that bit about Hot Pockets? Jim Gaffigan.
Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah. I didn't know if Brian Regan did one too.
Yeah. No, he's Pop-Tarts.
Oh, that's right, Pop-Tarts. Oh, it's been too long.
Yeah. No dirty water dogs here in Alabama. Chris Pile's got to drive to Alabama so we can jam sometime. Yeah. Come on over.
The drum set's all set up in the bedroom.
Bring the kids.
Is where else do you put the drum set?
Yeah. Our drum set is in our bedroom, so. Yes, Dusty. Hot Pockets are the poor man's fleshlight. Funny, funny. Are pizza rolls tiny sandwiches? Ooh. I'm going to say pizza, they're like tiny strombolis. And a stromboli is like an Italian sandwich. Yes, that qualifies.
That's not bread, though.
Well,
if you're not going to take a burrito as bread, as a sandwich.
No, burrito is a Mexican sandwich.
Okay, so then a pizza roll is an Italian sandwich?
It's like an Italian finger sandwich.
Oh, good grief.
If I folded over a pizza, would that make it a sandwich? Yes. It would be a hot sandwich. Not Dusty, sure. Okay.
What do grits taste like?
No idea. I've never eaten a grit. I don't eat things that it's not an appetizing name, grit. Yeah, I would imagine it tastes like sawdust. I don't do the grits. I don't do hummus.
The grits.
I don't do the falafels. We tried a falafel here, and it is, yeah. Okay. I'm a real Southerner. Yeah. I'm the opposite of Southerner. Okra, fried okra is okay. Grits taste like poverty and bad decisions. That is, yeah.
Is my cousin Vinny
an accurate portrayal of New Jersey?
Maybe the northern part. No.
I'm going to say there are characters like my cousin Vinny that live in New Jersey. Yes. Okra is slimy. Although we've had fried okra somewhere.
I don't care for fried okra. I like fried, what's it called? The corn.
Corn nuggets?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do say sweet tea, but that's just because it's
sweet tea.
It's been sweet tea since Florida.
It's sweet tea.
In New Jersey, it's iced tea. Like when I go back to New Jersey, I don't ask for sweet tea. I ask for iced tea.
Popeyes or Bojangles?
Popeyes or Bojangles? I'm going to go with Bojangles.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely Bojangles. Jeff Davidson, I'm late. What happened with Dusty? I just blocked him.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. What happened is I'm a negative person, so we she doesn't want me to get into it again. Yeah, you'll have to tune in. It was one of the first questions. We've covered it, and yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you'll have to. It's like literally 5 minutes in.
Apparently, that's what's on everybody's mind.
Yeah. That's the only question he had. Yeah. Blackberry Thistle Tea agrees. Bojangles. I like Bojangles breakfast.
I like Bojangles ranch.
Their ranch is good.
It's just really crazy.
White Castle or Crystal?
I don't.
Ashley will say neither.
Yeah, if I'm in the car, he's not allowed to go to either one. When he's by himself, he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Since we've been in the South, we've not seen a White Castle, so we've only had Crystal.
I haven't had Crystal. Shall we share why we're not allowed to have White Castle or Crystals?
Yeah, when I delivered pizza,
way back when we first started dating.
It was late at night. I hadn't eaten dinner, so I stopped into a drive-through, White Castle, grabbed some food, threw it in the back seat, and I forgot about it for 2 weeks.
2 weeks, at least.
Yeah. And then I was like, wow, my truck really stinks. What the hell's going on? And I'm at her house, her parents' house. And she was like, well, this might be why. And there's a bag of White Castle. And she opens it up, and there's all maggots and everything. It was disgusting.
Oh,
it was gross.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
LV Looper, who gets custody of me? Wherever you want to go. I'm not going to say don't watch anybody. Whatever you want to do. Chris Piles, favorite YouTuber, least favorite YouTuber? Damn, that's tough.
In a particular category or overall?
If we're going to go overall.
Because you don't just watch Reselling.
Right. I'm going to say Reselling related. I've been watching a lot of Taco Stacks recently. Seems like hell of a nice guy. And yeah, that's Reselling related.
I like the Drunken Mom.
She likes Drunken Mom. Vic DiBattista, I mentioned him earlier. He's very good. Vic DiBattita's a comedian, so if you And he screams a lot, which is hilarious. He's good. Least favorite?
I don't know. If you don't like him, you don't watch him.
Yeah.
It's hard to say who the least favorite would be. I wouldn't tell anybody. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, there's YouTubers that are. Yeah, I mean, there's Rockstar, 10K in the base, full of shit. You know, there's a lot that are just full of shit, but I don't watch them. So, who's your favorite YouTube video live chat commenter? I like the LV Looper. I do like the LV Looper. Lindy Glenn. Yeah, Lindy Glenn's not a favorite. Jeff, I watch you. You're just not, you're not here, but you're not here. You're like here. No, you're up. You're towards the top. I do watch it every video.
There's only so many hours in the day. Oh, the dog is already at the door.
So, hate that dog.
I don't think it's this one.
Lindy Glenn is nice to look at.
Oh. Let's go time for that.
Yeah.
What? What do you want? What?
I've got my own looker. Anyways, all right. So we're gonna end this video with that, with the people that I just called out as assholes. Yeah. So she is a flake. Yeah. A lot of people seeing through the BS. Yeah, it's sometimes you catch them at, you know, right off the bat as, you know, BS, and then sometimes it takes a couple videos. I get mad at myself when I watch videos and I commit for like a month and then I'm like, oh, this guy's full of shit. I shouldn't have saw that. Anyway, all right, we're gonna end it there. And what? Nothing else you want to say?
I don't think so.
All right, guys, have a good night. If you're watching this after the fact, like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.